Welcome back, fellas. Episode 41. Who's it after this one, Mikey?
What do you mean?
Number-wise.
Player-wise. We're just talking about it, bro. You're the smartest guy at the table, and you can't even remember 10 seconds ago.
He said Nosek.
Did he wear 41?
Who's Nosek?
He played on
I said
Vegas.
Jason Allison.
Yeah, see, I remember.
Didn't he? Where did he wear 41?
I have no idea.
If he did at all, I might.
41's a training camp number.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you get that.
Yeah.
Get that in your stall. You ain't sticking around.
No,
41.
Anything higher than 32, you're screwed. Yeah.
Right? Oh, I'm 6. I'm good. Or, yeah. Sorry, man. We didn't have time to put a name bar on. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know,
you're not sticking around long.
Yeah. So, well, Mikey, we'll start with you.
Okay.
You know, you've had an interesting 2 weeks.
Yes.
Needless to say.
Yeah.
You tell the story right from scratch.
You know, yeah, go ahead.
I don't think anybody's going to believe this, but go after it here.
Well, we talked about it last, like the whole charade.
Okay, so he's got to pick it up halfway through. Now it gets even better.
Yeah. The saga continues.
All right, go. Give her, Mikey.
So, I made the mistake of chirping Peterson for being pukey at the airport.
Yeah.
Old Speedy, and
Speedy, they call him Speedy.
And then I caught a case of the Speedies after we spoke Wednesday. Something wasn't feeling right, but I thought it was just the travel taking its toll.
Yeah.
Woke up about 2 a.m, Thursday morning, and was spending some time in the bathroom. Caught that stomach bug, and honestly, I was looking at flights, and I was like, man, I might have to rebook. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this. And our flight was at 6 a.m. And so I didn't sleep much. Got to the airport, was feeling pretty crappy. Made it right through security because I can keep my stuff together. I didn't puke in the security line like old Speedy. But
that's awesome.
As soon as I got through, and of course they had to pat me down. As soon as I got through, I ran and made it to the bathroom and just let it fly in the bathroom for a little bit, and was just sitting by myself trying to stay away from the guys. And man, I was mentally talking myself through that, just struggling all day, trying to get through those flights. We had a 2-hour layover in Austin, which was good for me. I needed that. And I needed that time. And so was able to, get it all out again, and then made it to Atlanta. And then I didn't know if I told you this, but the bus driver was like 45 minutes late, and I'm like, I just got to get to the hotel. I just got to get to the hotel and get to that
It
bed.
just keeps getting
And this guy's late, and he tells us 30 seconds. He says 30 seconds. We'll be there. 7 minutes later, he shows up. Like, I don't know what this guy thought 30 seconds was. So I'm pissed off, and I was ready to kind of lay into him, but I let it go because I was like, this guy, I got to deal with this guy all weekend. And so made it back to the hotel. The lady's handing out key cards, and I was like, ma'am, can I just have the one for my room, please? I got to go. And made it up to the room. I think I fell asleep. I was trying to stay awake so I didn't mess up my clock, but I think I fell asleep at 5:30 p.m. and I woke up at 7:30 the next morning.
Wow.
And I just kind of slept it off, and the next day was a little
Players
better.
were happy.
Yeah.
Didn't have to see Mike. Didn't have to see
No.
Coach.
Coach is sick. We're good.
Yeah. Steve took care. Shout out Steve, holding it all down.
And then Steve-O got it on the way back.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I haven't even heard that part yet.
Yeah, he was.
I can just picture Steve-O, just because, Grizzly Adam looking dude, 3 sheets to the wind just piled up against the pillar. You know what I mean? Like he's he's from Colorado. Like he just ripped off a couple. You know what I mean?
He's got long hair, right? And so his hair was all standing up, and he was hurting. And I was like, oh man, I feel for this guy. He said he actually didn't puke. He was just it was coming out the other side, and he had a fever, and he slept for I think he said he slept from noon to 7, woke up for 2 hours, and then went to sleep from 9 to 8 the next day.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's going around. Joe, you've been feeling it.
Well, I got a cough last week, and it's just progressively gotten worse. I'm trying to get rid of it. Yesterday I had the body aches and stuff, but I've been worse. But I'm gonna live. Yeah. I'm trying not to go near anybody. I talked to the players today, and I was like, hey, 20 feet rule.
Yeah. COVID rules.
Yeah, stay away.
You know?
And I did have a meeting with the player this morning, did some video, but It was more of a necessity.
Where's Sherm? Is Sherm sick?
No, the girls are.
Oh man, that's
So
There's
It's
nothing
going around,
the
man.
girls, the girls are sick. So I got a text message from him at 3:18 this morning. An hour after I woke up coughing, he texted me and said, "Coach, I'm up with my daughters, and I will not be in." And I was like, "Okay, I get it. I've been there with mine." So,
Yeah.
Sick kids. There's nothing worse than sick kids. I'd rather be sick.
and you know when they're
Yeah.
sick, and then you know when they're better, because when kids are really sick, they're done. They're
Oh, yeah.
down and out. But the minute they start moving around, it's like, okay, you're good.
Do you guys remember when the hell was that? The swine flu was ripping around. We're talking probably 15 years ago, 14 years ago.
I remember that.
Remember the swine flu?
Yeah, I never got it, but
So, my wife was a health nut, right? She does everything right. I don't so much do everything right.
No, come on.
That's why I'm trying to do everything right now, or else.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I remember I was at work and it was Cameron got it first, and she was sick, and I remember her being in bed, and she was just a little girl, and she's in her like 90, and she was just laying there, and her eyes were rolled back in her head. I just felt so freaking helpless, I should say. You know what I mean? It's just so awful. Then she got better. As soon as she got better, it was like 7 days, right? Over the course of the time. As soon as she got better, I got it. I was at work, and all of a sudden I started getting the chills. And I'm like, God damn, man. I got it. And my wife's like, oh, I'm good. You guys need to learn how to take your vitamins. You need how to do this and do that shit, blah, blah, blah. So I got the flu shot. Not the flu shot, but whatever it is. So I started feeling better. I told my wife, are you going to get it? No, I'm good. As soon as I got better, boom, she got it. Oh. And I wanted, I'm pretty sure I did. I'm like, told you so.
of course you did. There's no way you didn't.
No, yeah. Who are we kidding?
Yeah.
But anyway, so enough of the sick stories. Mike, 2 for 3 over the weekend. You lost to Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah, no kidding.
They won 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 for 3.
Yeah, that's good.
Not good enough. We shouldn't have lost a game
Against
to Atlanta.
Oh, I didn't know Atlanta. I just know 2 of
Joe,
3
you and I can
games
beat
every
Atlanta.
weekend, and I mean, sure.
No pun to Atlanta, but
Yeah, they're terrible.
they're not very
That's your
good.
point.
Yeah. No, those are points.
Is Johnny B down there?
Yeah, Boca's still a
Yeah,
coach.
Johnny's a good guy. I've known Johnny a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Johnny. He's been around. He was at Williston when I was in the ACHA, and so I've known him since then. Here's the deal. Saturday was a huge letdown, and I'll tell you why. Because all I have to say is that we got scored on 10 seconds into the game. So we showed up.
I'm going to throw that at coach and not having guys prepared. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's. Is that what you think that one was?
10 seconds in, man. Come
Hey,
on,
you know
bro.
what? Got to look at the mirror, right? I was rattled.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I was pretty rattled with them because we played so well the night before. We took it to them, and this group has the tendency to think that once they have some success, that they can just take their foot off the gas.
Sure.
And we are not privileged enough to have that. We haven't earned that yet, and nor should you ever. But there's zero
Mike,
grace.
let's defend coaches here for a second because Heo wants to come at me.
I'm not coming at you,
No.
but I'm going to right after I'm
Come at
done
us.
with Mikey.
All right, come at us, okay?
Yeah.
So you tell me a time, honestly, look me square in the eye and tell me that you don't have your team ready.
There's never been one time that I haven't
Try.
done my job.
Except Saturday night.
Right?
So
Well, pardon me.
Like-
After
like,
Saturday,
I
Saturday 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
like I can
Yeah.
tell you in 20,
I'm just kidding,
and,
Mikey.
13 seconds.
Why is everyone so sensitive today?
23 years.
It's because you guys are sick a little bit and
it's
freaking
because
sensitive
we're,
and shit.
because we're not as good as we want to be, and we're
I'm batting
trying
1,000
everything
my
we
junior
can,
coaching. Just
Yeah,
throw
I
that
know.
out there.
right? And
We're the ones who take it the most personal. It's those guys don't take it as personal as we do. And I'll tell you what. So, and Joe, you would probably do the exact same thing here. So Saturday,
did you rent an hour of ice after the game? The answer is no. That we wouldn't have done the
Well,
same.
prior to the game. So, because I knew we played well, I knew we weren't going to show up. We did an hour video about
Hour?
how we could do better.
Oh.
Like an hour video of how we could do better, just trying to
I think I'd rather skate for an hour.
trying to keep them focused, right? And say, hey, if you don't show up, you run into situations where goalies stand on their heads.
Yeah.
All these things happen, right? And I mean, verbatim. It's almost like I just put it in their heads and then it happened. But
Sure.
did what we could. So
Yeah, 2 for 3. Sunday came back. You were much better.
Yeah.
The guys were much better.
We were. Yeah. And we were down a couple guys.
Yeah. Gutierrez getting suspended.
Yeah, tough guy now.
What did he do?
Somebody suckered him at the end of the game, and
Was it right at the end of the game?
right at the end, yeah.
Man, that's
Hey, so how about this? So they stopped the clock with 0.8 seconds.
why do that?
Well, there was such a just gong show going on. The refs didn't notice, and so when the refs came to talk to me about the fights, I said, "Hey, did you see the clock run down for 2 seconds?" And they said, and they turned and looked at each other, and the linesman shook his head. I don't even know, but we got 2 seconds. And we got a face off, and we won it, and we almost hit a shot. So I got us free 2 seconds, and we still couldn't tie it.
But you know what? I used to officiate. If it's completely lopsided, which it was, right? There's 0.8 seconds, 2 seconds, whatever. Face off. It doesn't matter. Run the clock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a believer in that. And I'm not saying that what you did was wrong. That's not what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? Like back in the Whipple days, when there was a gong show every freaking night, and Herm was up by 10 rip by the 10-minute mark of the first period, we would.
Oh my God! Every time the scorekeeper goes to shut the clock,
just
off,
run it off 2 seconds.
I had 2 seconds.
Yeah,
like it's 10-0.
That's my opinion on some of the officiating. Just a lack of knowledge,
awareness.
That's a better word. Of the scorekeepers, the officiating. Just run the clock, man. Because
this was Saturday, and we were down 1 though.
Okay,
we needed those 2 seconds to try to tie. You know what I mean?
Okay, but what I'm saying is, if you're up that,
yes.
If you're not up by 1, but if you're up by a shit ton,
yeah,
be aware of it.
Just run it.
Anyway, so did you get the 2 seconds back?
We did. And we won the draw, and we missed the shot, so it didn't matter.
Right. Still lost. Coaching.
Yeah, that's the problem.
2 for 3 this weekend. You're off. Give the guys a break after 2 weeks of a wonderful roller coaster of a travel event.
Did you give him money? Did you skate yesterday?
No, I gave it to him off.
Huh, you had a big heart.
Hio told me. You know what Hio said to me?
Listen to this one.
You know what Hio told me? Hey, maybe you should let the guys have some fun this week.
Take a day off, Mr. Frickin'. What's the guy's name? The USA coach.
Oh, Brooks.
Yeah, easy, Herb. You know what I mean?
Legs feed the wolf, baby.
Hey, remember this conversation when you're like, hey, Mikey, let's do your review. Remember when you started? Oh, and
remember in Atlanta on game 2 on Saturday when you.
And then right after that, you wanted me to have fun with the guys. Maybe play a couple games at practice.
You did win 2 out of 3, which is a good thing.
After now your tone's changing.
No. I did say what I did, and did you let the guys have fun yesterday? Yeah, well, they did. Some guys skated. A lot of guys skated.
Yeah, they skated a bit.
Today you were back at it. You were rattling the glass up here.
No.
Yeah, man.
No.
Got a noise complaint from the city.
Well, you got to have a center lane drive on a line rush, man. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, guys were cutting. Anyway.
Joe, did you know guys are supposed to go to the net on a line rush?
You know what? My guys must have been watching your guys this morning because we did 3-man entries.
Don't let them do that, Joe.
I literally thought today might have been moving day.
Yeah,
I like it.
After I watched what I watched, I probably don't say anything. Probably 8 times. Like if I say something to you at all, like it's minimum 8. It might be 16, but it's nothing less than 8. And you ask and you ask and you ask and you ask, and then finally, it's moving day. And I think today's moving day. So, enough. So I know what he's about to ask me, and I'm going to tell him. It's moving day.
Let's do it. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Moving day. What do you mean by moving day, Joe?
There's some boys moving.
Past weekend, New Mexico in town. Huge crowds.
Yeah.
Fell short.
Horribly.
Saturday.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give some credit to New Mexico.
Yeah.
They're
coming.
They're not the most talented team, but they play a great brand of hockey. Their coach, I got a ton of respect for. He's a guy I've coached. He's been out of coaching 10 years and sort of retired living in Florida and came in to do Stan Hubbard a favor. And he's doing him more than a favor because he's going to get that turned around there. I know that. And, after last season. But that was impressive. And they play a real good team game. They're big. They're strong. They don't generate a lot, but when you turn pucks over, they certainly generate a lot off your turnovers. So that was the story of the weekend, and
Saturday was much better than Friday night for sure, 100%. Every all around, even though we fell short. Could have won it with about 30 seconds left on a breakaway. I think it was about 30 seconds left, something like that.
Probably.
And then
I shoot him again.
Right, yeah.
What would you have? I would have shot it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought he was going to do.
Like at the end of the game, you're not cleaning the ice. It's pretty tough to go east to west 100 times.
Oh, yeah.
Grip it and rip it.
You can tell them that, too, when you stand on the bench. Mm-hmm. When you stand on the bench, you know where a coach stands? And you can tell them, hey, you got bad ice.
Shoot the puck.
Yeah, sure, coach.
Well, when Gordon went, that puck was jumping on him from probably the top of the circle to the hash mark.
Yeah.
And it took him to cup it, and then by the time you get hash marking down, like your real estate's running dry.
We just had a conversation here. I was meeting. In fact, that's who I met with this morning was Mr. Gordon. And players today, they want instant gratification. They want results. They want to feel good about themselves, which I haven't been a player. I totally understand. So we just talked about 8 times. You say something 8 times. And then after that, you start to get pissed off. And he says to me this morning, which is very nice. It was a very nice conversation. He says, I've never gone anywhere where I played 9 games, haven't scored a goal. Okay, so now you have who's a really talented hockey player. Mm-hmm. He doesn't feel very good about himself, right? So I know that. But regardless, I've said something 8 times. And you are just refusing to do it. Now, I'm not using Ty an example. I'm just using people and players in general. So now you have a player who doesn't feel good about himself, who isn't helping your team because he's so caught up with what he's feeling about himself that now all of a sudden when he realizes why the coach isn't such a big of an a-hole as he is because he's coming at you. But now it's twice as tough mentally to get out of the state that players are in today because they're not getting results. So they don't get individual results. They don't get team results, which our weekend last weekend, we weren't good the week before. We didn't have a great week. I was pretty disappointed in our week, as our week of preparation. So now we lose 2. Regardless if we say it's want to be better, where we come off the road 6-5 and 18 days on the road thinking, wow.
The other day, was it who in the heck was telling me?
Glass half full?
Yeah.
You.
I always say that, but somebody told me yesterday, hey, Corey, glasses, because I was not in a pleasant mood yesterday to a certain degree. And somebody told me, hey, glass is half full. I'm like, yeah, I live that every day, man. Today the glass is not half full. But anyway.
You can put a positive spin on anything.
Absolutely. And it worked out for what we were dealing with. But anyway, guys, best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Well, Mikey, best of luck with your weekend off. Hopefully you guys get healthy.
Mikey, do you have a weekend off?
Not sick.
You want to hang out with us?
I'll hang out with you. I'll be around.
On a different note.
No, I mean legitimately. Like, come in on the bench.
We can talk about it if you want me to. I'm in.
Yeah, I got no issues with it.
I guess maybe
you guys are looking at me like,
I don't think you asked.
I would have asked you years ago, but I know the answer to that already.
What you need to do. But on a different note, we got a comedian, Felipe Esparza, is coming in January 31st, and we're going to be giving away some tickets on next week's podcast. One of our sponsors, Case SunDB, was kind enough to give us some tickets to do
Where's
a giveaway.
The concert?
I think it's at the Chavez, whatever, the Plaza downtown.
Oh, the theater?
Yeah. So it's going to be January
theater,
31st, and this guy's hilarious. So we're going to be putting some stuff on social media for you guys to look out and on ways to win. But we're going to announce the winner of 2 tickets next week.
I go a lot.
Yeah.
The comic strip?
Do you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it should
Dude,
be.
I can't believe more people don't go. I mean, I
I love
comedy.
stand-up comedy.
Oh, my God. I was going last week with my sister here, and they had a weekend special. It was only Friday, Saturday, because usually they go one show Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, and then one show Sunday.
Right.
And they didn't. It was just it was a special. It was a tour that came through, and we didn't get to go. So, but yeah,
But it's always a good time. But anyway,
God,
we're going to give those away. Joe, good luck this weekend. Mike, we'll talk to you. And until then, guys, have fun.
Right on.
Right on.